This slide really maps out the three parts of your vertical collaboration spectrum. You have the health system, or excuse me, you have the health systems on the top, you have the health plans in the middle who are starting to organize a lot of this, and then you have the physician groups on the bottom. And all of those lines that you see on this graph represent relationships that have been formed. Neural network relationships, ACOs, health plan products, you can call it whatever you want. The reality is there are members, there are lives associated with every one of those lines. And that has a big impact to organizations who aren't part of those networks, right? That's the basics of neural networks. And one example is there's a small community hospital north of Denver, and the city decided to enter into a contract with Kaiser, right? So they have Kaiser as their insurance company for all their employees. Let's say that's 10,000 employees. Well, now that they're affiliated with Kaiser, none of those patients can get care at their local community because Kaiser has a neural network with Exempla SCL. So all those patients are leaving their community and going down to Denver to get their care because their insurance is steering them there. And 10,000 patients doesn't sound like a lot, right, necessarily, but that's based on Rob's statistics, that's about 1,000 discharges. That's 1,000 discharges a year that can no longer go to that community hospital. That's a big deal. That's the difference between an okay year and a really bad year. And so these things have major implications, and we think every organization, especially in these major markets, these transforming markets, need to map this out. And it's not just about having the right lines on the page, but it's about understanding how much membership is really associated with that. How much lost revenue is there? How much risk is there for our organization if we aren't a part of this or if we are a part of this type of affiliation? So this has been really fascinating. It's still unfolding. It changes the table manners completely in the market. I mean, suddenly you're playing a different sport. You put on your football gear and suddenly you're playing baseball. I mean, that's really how this feels.